say this.
I'm going to get emotional.
Panel one last time. Oh no, I'm live now. All right, hey everybody. I think I'm live now. Maybe Justine, can you confirm? Awesome. Okay, well, I can see myself, so I think if you put it to live, we should be good. Hi everybody. Good stuff. Okay, so we're rolling. Was figuring a few things out as we started up there. Hello, welcome. My name is Brady. I'm an enrollment advisor, and we are going to go on a virtual tour today. So thank you guys so much for joining. This is interactive. This is completely live. So if I trip, you're going to see me trip. If I stumble over my words, you're going to hear it live. And the best part with that is A, you never know what's going to happen. And B, if you have questions, I can answer them. So use YouTube chat, use our live chat function on our website if you're watching us via our website, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. This is an exciting time of year. This is one of the last tours we are going to have before orientation for students starting in September. However, we are still accepting applications. So if you're watching this and you're thinking about applying for a program that starts in September, we can absolutely get you set up with that. We're even covering the cost for applications. So if you want to get hooked up with that, just let us know in chat. You can shoot us an email, you can give us a call, get a hold of us however you feel like getting a hold of us, and we can get you hooked up with that and cover the $95 application fee. So as things get started here, I'm just going to give everybody a few minutes to join in the room, and then we'll get going on our tours. We are at our south building in Sarnia. This is our main campus. This is where like 90% of courses take place in our programs, where most programs have, virtually every single domestic program that we have has a course on this campus. And this is where all of our student services are. A few things I want to note before we start. Mask policies are in place. I'm in a very secluded corner of the school right now, so that's why I have mine down. There's nobody around me. But as I move about, I'm going to be wearing my mask the entire time. However, I'm completely alone in this secluded little corner. So I wanted to say hello and show you guys my lovely smile. I am an enrollment advisor, like I mentioned. I look after domestic applicants, domestic program information, and really being a frontline contact for anybody interested in learning about our school or getting a hold of our services here. However, I look after the domestic side of things. So if you're watching this and you are an international applicant or you're starting in an international program, we have an entire team of people that look after our international students, and they can be reached at international@lambtoncollege.ca. So I don't know all the answers to questions about international programs, but I do know quite a bit about our domestic side of things. So any questions, let them fly. I'll answer them as best as I can, and let me know what you're thinking. You could just say hello in chat too. It doesn't have to be a question. You just want to say, hey, what's up? That's cool. Let's do that. But that's one of the funnest things about these is you guys can interact and we can chat with each other. So like I mentioned, I'm in the South Building main campus. We are starting off in our Nova Chemicals Health and Research Center. It is the newest wing of the school currently. And oh, cool. Transitions are fun. I'm seeing this live as you guys are, just so you know. So like I have myself that I can see in the corner, and then I also see the live stream. So a lot of this stuff is new to me. Yeah, so we're in the Nova Chemicals Health and Research Center. This is home to some learning classrooms, some active learning classrooms. It's home to a lot of our health programs. We're going to see those labs as best as we can. There are classes running in some of the programs right now, so we might not be able to get into every single lab space. We're going to try and get into as many as we can, but we just might not be able to get into them all. So fair warning, if I skip past some and it's your program, I apologize. However, I don't want to impede on students trying to learn right now. But we'll see what we can. And then we're going to tour through our athletics building. We're going to go down to kind of the main center part of the campus, see some stuff there. And then we're going to go down to the tech wing, our technology, I should say Center of Excellence in Energy and Bioindustrial Technologies. It's our technology side of the house. And then we'll check that stuff out. So that's what it's going to look like. And then of course, if you guys want to see specific stuff, let me know. Like if you're really excited to see the arena, the gaming arena, I'll try and show you that. If you want to see the fitness center, I'll show you that. That's going to be on the stop no matter what, but just let me know what you're interested in seeing, and I'll do my best to get you there. Cool. Okay. Well, welcome for everybody that's joined up in the last couple minutes. My name is Brady. I'm an enrollment advisor. We are on a live tour of our main campus here in Sarnia, and we're going to go check out all of our different lab spaces and student services. And this is interactive. Once again, ask questions, say hello, say what's up, let us know what program you're into. Just say hello, and we'll be happy to have a conversation with you as we move about here. Cool. Okay. So I'm going to mask up, and we're going to go on our tour. So once again, I'm in the Nova Chemicals Health and Research Center. This is the health wing of our school. We're starting off on our main floor. This is the ground floor, if you will, floor number 1. And we're going to start off in our massage therapy lab. So if you're a massage therapy student or thinking about being a massage therapy student, there's still lots of time to apply. And if you are a student, then you're definitely going to spend some time in here. So we call this the clinic at Lambton. You can see behind me, the clinic, Lambton College. Because it is a fully functioning massage therapy clinic. The space I'm in right now has a reception desk, has a waiting room behind me. And that's because we run a full massage clinic right here on campus for students, for staff, for public, for people of all demographics, places that can come in and get a massage for a really good price, if not free sometimes too. So as a student of Lambton College, you can actually get an hour-long massage from our amazing massage therapy students who are almost ready to write their RMT exam for $10 for an hour. Can't beat that anywhere. As I'm walking through, you can see all the beds behind me. We got tons of space here. They're all semi-private where we can drape over the drapes and give you some private space with your massage and give you the best experience that we can there. Now we're going to enter into our occupational therapy assistant, physiotherapy assistant lab space now. It's going to be dark. There we go. Lights are on. Good stuff. I went in through the back door. Normally you go in through the door that we're going to exit, but we're here. That's what matters. Cool. Okay, so this is for our OPTA program, occupational therapy assistant, physiotherapy assistant. As I tour around here, you're going to see some pretty cool stuff behind me, like this apparatus here that we would use for working on someone's gait, how they walk, especially in the physiotherapy side of things. We have different equipment strewn throughout the lab space here that we use inside of our occupational therapy assistant, physiotherapy assistant lab space. And if I move over here, I should be able to turn on a light. So you can see this space better. There we go. Cool. So lots of beds. Once again, occupational therapy assistant, physiotherapy assistant is very much client focused, care focused. So we need the space to practice that in real time, in real life. Lots of different styles of beds too. These articulate in all sorts of different ways. So we can, if we're working on somebody's finger dexterity or like arm dexterity, we can position the bed in the place where we have easy access to that appendage. And then we also have this big giant slate bed here, which is really unique. That could probably hold a car. It holds a ton of weight, but that's so we can put a patient on there, a client on there, and also maneuver them and perhaps use our body weight to manipulate that person as well into different positions and different therapy styles. So it's a very, very large space that we can put people on and the therapist on at the same time. All right, so we are now exiting the OPTA lab, and we're going to go upstairs. So this is the part where I get winded and try my best to carry on a conversation after I lose all my breath at the top of these stairs. This is a good time though. If you guys have questions, let me know. YouTube chat is monitored right now, and I'll be happy to answer anything you are curious about. Cool, and there's also a form in the chat, so hopefully you guys can see that because it's an amazing opportunity to get in a draw for, I think, a $50 Amazon gift card, if I'm not mistaken. You can't go wrong with filling that out. So that's in YouTube chat now. So at the very least, if you're just hanging out, you're watching, having a good time, great. Thank you for joining. But fill out that form. Can't hurt. You might win a $50 Amazon gift card. All right, so now we're in the second floor of our occupational therapy. Second floor of our Nova Chemicals Health and Research Center, kind of in a atrium little hangout space here. And then behind me are some pretty cool lab spaces, similar to what we saw downstairs. So we're gonna go check those out. All right, so we are starting off in the pharmacy lab. So should be able to get in here. Now, sometimes I enter these rooms and there's people studying, which I think we're in the clear for right now. Good stuff. Okay, so I'm in the retail pharmacy side, and right behind me, it's going to become pretty obvious. Looks like a retail pharmacy space, just like you've seen at Rexall, Shoppers, Walmart, those types of spaces. You can see them here. We got a prescription pickup. We got prescription drop off, if I can angle my camera correctly, just like what you would expect at a retail pharmacy location. So we do get real practical experience in a simulation retail pharmacy space. Moving along to the back here, you can see the dispensary behind me. Lots of medicines there. Lots of spaces for students to chart and order and do all their different things that pharmacists learn how to do. This is one of my favorite spots on this campus, or in this lab space, is our compounding lab. So this is where we actually make different types of medicines. We can create them from scratch. We can also turn certain types of medicine into other types. So let's say you had like a young person who can't take a pill. We can turn that pill into a lozenge or into a drink, perhaps, and that way they can, take it easily, or however they find most comfortable. So normally lights turn on when I walk into here. Where are the lights? So I'm in the hospital pharmacy side now. There we go. Perfect. AMOP, are you still accepting applications for any of your programs? What an awesome question. What are the odds somebody would ask that? Because that's one of my favorite things to talk about. Yes, we are. We are accepting applications for virtually all of our programs currently and issuing offers. I saw a quick question there too about the fire school. We will be doing a live tour of the fire school. However, your best bet, JC, is going to be to attend orientation. If you haven't applied to the fire program yet, talk to us. I can hook you up with an application, get you covered for free. There's still time to apply to pre-service firefighter education and training. We can get you hooked up with that. We don't have a date for the fire school yet to do a tour. I think the next one's going to be orientation, and that's live in person, if I'm not mistaken. However, I want to confirm that for you. JC, if you haven't applied, let me know. We'll get you to a chance to check out the fire school. And if you have applied, then orientation is coming up pretty soon here. Okay, so we're in the hospital pharmacy. Dispensary behind me there. You can see it in the caged area. This is a med pack machine. This is what hospitals use to pack different types of medicines to deliver to patients in all sorts of different places in a hospital. And they do that via these medicine carts. And it's important to note these things because I'm going to talk about how they all fit together in a minute with all of our other programs that we have. Then inside here is our clean room. This is where students don their gowns and their masks and their hat or head coverings and their gloves and boot covers and all that kind of stuff and get completely sterile in order to move into the clean room, which you'll note is the clean room as per the sign, where students make different types of medicines that are really, really sterile, or or they have to be in a very sterile environment because, these might be where they produce or create intravenous medicine, for example, like IV packs is what I'm trying to say. Okay, exiting the hospital pharmacy now, and we're just going into the main hall of our Nova Chemicals Health and Research Center. Today, is there any assistance on tuition? Of course, yeah. OSAP, I mean, that's one of the most popular assistance options that we have for students. OSAP has both a loan and a grant capability inside of it. So depending on your household income and kind of a little bit about yourself. Every student's different. Everybody's calculation is different, but you may stand to get a large portion of your tuition covered through the grant, which is great. That's free money, essentially, so long as you finish your program. And then we have hundreds of scholarships and bursaries. So yeah, absolutely. There's tons of options to assist you with tuition. There's no doubt about that. So let us know. Okay, so there is some testing going on in our nursing lab. So I won't be able to show you guys that right now. However, this is one of my favorite spaces on campus because it's really, really cool. It's a 42-bed simulation hospital. I'll show you a picture of it here through the window. 3 bays of beds, 12 beds in each bay, 2 ICU units, a step-down unit. We even have a reception triage desk there. We have a clean linen room, a dirty linen room. It's virtually a fully functioning hospital, and it's set up with the exact same equipment that you're going to find in Blue Water Health, which is our local hospital here. And that's so our students have an easy transition when they move into their placement or into employment by Blue Water Health. They're used to using the beds. We use Hill-Rom beds that are the same ones that you'll find in Blue Water Health. We have the exact same headboard setup that's in many of the rooms in Blue Water Health. We have the exact same ICU beds and everything like that. So that way our students find it easy when they transition into those placement opportunities or into those work opportunities. We also have some really cool mannequins. They're simulation mannequins, and they are virtually, okay, I'm gonna head in here so I'm not talking super loud in the hallway because there is some testing going on. So our simulation mannequins are pretty much people. They do everything but get up and walk around. They have heartbeats. You can inject them, you can pull their blood. We have many, I don't know how many exactly, probably 20 plus simulation mannequins that are humans in robotic form, and we can administer different types of levels of care to them, just like a real patient. And some of them can even talk to us. We can give them medicine and they give us feedback. It's really cool to see in action. They blink. They're downright creepy, but they're really neat to see in action when you're working on this robotic mannequin that's just like a real human. Okay, Emma, will you be showing where the technology trades will be? Emma, we will. Yes, 100%. That's coming up in like, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes maybe. But we're going to check out some services between now and then. So yeah, Tech and Trades is coming up pretty quick here. Let me know what program you're looking at, Emma. If I can go into a certain lab space, I won't be able to go into them all. But if I can go into like a certain area of the Tech and Trades building, I'll do that. Okay, so I'm in an apartment building right now. You probably noticed it looks a little weird because I'm on campus, but it's like I transported into somebody's apartment. That's exactly what this is. It's a simulation apartment. We're in the living room. We can see a kitchen behind me. We can see on the other side of me here a bedroom. So we move about. However, it's full of windows, and outside the window is a hallway. So nobody's sleeping in here, and if they are, everybody can see them, and it's weird. But these rooms are outfitted with lift assist devices for somebody with limited mobility that they might have in their home, especially in the bathrooms. You'll see some of those lift assist or living assist devices, hooked up at the toilet and in the shower and all that kind of stuff. And that's so we can practice in-home care and our personal support. Use these apartment spaces for a paramedic program so they can run simulation rescue missions out of these spaces too. And they're outfitted with cameras and microphones. And you'll see behind me here, we have a camera monitoring system. We have a microphone. And that's so when you're doing your practical assessment, your tests that are done in hand, the professor isn't over your shoulder watching you do it. They're talking to you through a microphone. And they're watching you with the cameras. Oh, looks like I cut out there. Okay, I think we're back. This is a good time. I should mention real quick. Oh, I'm in a bad spot. Okay. I should mention real quick. I'm gonna cut in and out. It's gonna happen. I will come back. So as I move throughout the school, we're hopping between a ton of different access points. They're like routers, essentially. I don't need to explain an access point at this point, but we're gonna hop between a bunch of different areas of internet. And as I do that, it's gonna lose connection, or I might like slow down or get pixelated. I will come back, so stay tuned. If I drop out, it's not the end of the world. I will come back. I'm just moving between different parts of the school with different levels of internet. This room in particular doesn't have the greatest for some reason. So anyways, we're gonna clear out of here pretty quick, but I do want to show out. That's a weird thing to say. I do want to show off this space too, because this is another apartment. We do have 2 apartments on campus. So we can run a rescue mission at the exact same time that we're running a PSW program in the other apartment. Paramedic students are doing that rescue mission, and then our PSW students are on the other side doing their in-home care. Okay, so we are going to hit up the paramedic lab. Which is right here. Big open space with an ambulance inside. That's how I know it's a paramedic lab. I always know where I am because there's an ambulance here, and that's the paramedic lab. So it's a big open space because we use this space for all sorts of different stuff. Paramedics need a ton of room to build their kit bags, to practice practical assessments. And this room is kind of cool too, because we can actually split it up into 3 different studios. So this little rectangle behind me is a wall that extends almost halfway through the room that I'm in. And we can set up 3 different areas for like practical assessments or for showcases, for example. So we can convert this into a pretty cool learning space by doing that. I'm just going to open up the ambulance here. There it is. Ow, I hit my head. Ironically, in the ambulance. Okay, right inside there, we do learn ambulatory care. I was watching one of these live tours from a school not too far from us, well, a few hours away, but another Ontario public college, and they were talking about how they were very proud to be the only college with a working ambulance inside of their lab space. Nay, we've had one for years, and there it is. So we do learn ambulatory care. All the lights work. Sirens don't work. Otherwise, people like me would be very annoying with them, and during these tours would turn them on and off and disturb a bunch of students. But all the lights work, so we can practice full ambulatory care, which I think is the definition of that. Might be wrong. Anyways, that's what we're calling it. And keep in mind those rescue missions. We're going to talk about how they fit in with that ambulance in a second. Right behind me is storage. You can see the kit bags, gurneys, all that kind of stuff. If you recognize any of this, it's because you've looked into the paramedic profession, or you've seen paramedics in action, and you know how important it is to have that kind of stuff. Regan, could you show the recreational therapy classroom? Yeah, we're going to check it out. That is like 2 stops ahead. So yeah, totally. We're going to see that in a little bit. That is coming up real soon. Stay tuned. Okay, so I've been talking about how all these programs fit together, and this is one of my favorite things about this building. Right where I'm standing right now is where all of the places that we visited come to a head. So right behind me, this way, we'll start here. It's the entrance to our 42-bed simulation hospital. Right beside me, and beside the entrance to the hospital, for a good reason, is the hospital pharmacy. Right across the hall from the hospital is our paramedic lab. And then right down the hall, just a hop, skip, and a jump away, is the apartments, or are the apartments that we were just in. So it's really neat how these programs work together, because everybody runs mass simulations. So in a scenario, for example, we might have a PSW student inside that apartment taking care of their patient, like they learn how to do. Maybe they find that person collapsed in the bathroom. You saw the bathroom, it's there. So they call 911, our paramedics get the call, they go into the apartment, take the patient out like they're learning how to do, into all sorts of different scenarios that they may have never been in before. And then they bring that patient to their ambulance, just like they would. They drive, quotation marks, to the hospital, practicing. Maybe it's a 20-minute trip, maybe it's a 10-minute trip, I don't know. And then they bring them into the hospital, into our emergency room, where they triage the patient with our nursing students, who then put the call into our pharmacy students to deliver medicines to that patient that was just brought to them from the paramedic students. Oh, one big happy family, just like in real life. As a nurse, you're going to have paramedics dropping patients at your feet. As a paramedic, you're going to have to go into spaces you may never have been before in order to take somebody out and save their life, potentially. As a pharmacy technician, you may be in a hospital pharmacy and have to get medicines prepared very quickly for people that need them very quickly. Okay, and then we have that apartment space to kind of wrap it all up and give that lifelike pizzazz when it comes to a real life apartment. Okay, so right behind me here is the gymnasium. This is one of the largest gym spaces in the Ontario public college system. We seat 1,200 people. There's I think a 208 or 170, one of those two. It's a massive amount, massive jumbotron right behind me there. So what I'm putting together here is a picture of what it's like to watch our basketball team play, for example, which is like going to a miniature NBA game. We seat 1,200 people. There's a huge jumbotron. There's even a broadcast booth where we can stream our games to the internet or to the TV, to TV. So it's like a real life experience. It's a ton of fun. We get great turnout. Our basketball team is amazing as well. They're very talented players who are amazing to go see. We might be playing schools from all across Ontario and some from Michigan even. So it's always a good time. And when you're looking at a gymnasium like this, you know, who wouldn't want to hang out in there and watch an amazing basketball team play? There's also recreation hours posted. So if you're in between class and you want to throw the ball around, go do that. Check out the recreation hours posted at the athletics desk. Ask for a basketball if you want to go play basketball, and throw the ball around with your friends. The recreation hours will be posted there, and you as a student have access to those types of spaces. All right, hopefully we to go see the recreation therapy lab. Okay, I cut out there a little bit. Regan, if you're still here, we're about to hop into that rec lab, that TREC lab, TREC, right now. And I'll show you here. D2-201, therapeutic recreation. Oop. Something's beeping at me. That was odd. Anyways, I don't know why that was beeping so loud. I don't think any of our rooms have an alarm built into them. Okay. Anyways, well, we'll show you through the windows, because that's what's nice about this lab space. There's lots of windows, and I can show you that rather than listening to the door beep at me while I'm trying to talk over there. So you will see inside, it's a big open space, but it's meant to be that way at certain parts of your experience as a student. So we can convert this to a standard classroom. There's a projector. There's a giant wall here that is also a whiteboard and a projector space. On the other side of this wall is a full functioning whiteboard and a projector space. And then we have tables and chairs in there that you can't see at the moment because they're tucked away in their place. So at the beginning of the class, maybe we're going to run a lecture. We'll talk about the different levels of therapy or different types of therapy we're going to learn in that practical assessment. Then we put all the tables and chairs away, and then we start practicing them in this open space. We use this as spillover, as a personal training area when we have massive athletic games going on, for example. We can convert this either into a fitness studio or into a classroom at the snap of the fingers almost. And that's what makes that program pretty unique, is we can go from that high level theory lecture space into a fully functioning practical assessment space very quickly. So that's the therapeutic recreation lab. So we're gonna hop into the fitness center now. All right, Darian, could you show the mechanical millwright classroom? Yeah, we will try and check that out. We're doing a lot of construction down there. So fair warning, I'll try and get into as much of the lab space. Millwright is by far our biggest lab on campus, just in square footage alone. I mean, in millwright, we have our machine lab, we have our grind shop. Kayla, will you have to buy uniforms for the OPTA program? I believe so. I believe you do. You'll find out at orientation for sure. There's opportunities to buy uniforms in the first couple weeks of classes. If not, shoot an email to your coordinator, perhaps Justine, if you want to toss Melissa Fogarty's email address into chat for Kayla, that would be good. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you do. And then, sorry, millwright. So millwright has some of our biggest spaces on campus. We have our grind shop, we have our machine shop, we have our weld shop that they use, we have our mechanical millwright space, we have our pneumatics hydraulic space, we have our PLC robotics lab. Millwright is huge. So we're gonna see as much of that as we can. But some of it's under construction, so we might not get to see it all. Okay, so I'm in the fitness center now. Weight room behind me, lots of weight equipment. It's all really nice too, because it's all custom made for us with their logo on it. Should be able to see the lion's head there. Yep. All of the equipment has our lion's head embossed into it. This is one of the nicest fitness centers in the city. So if you're a member at Good Life, Planet Fitness or something, and you're gonna be a student in September, drop that membership because you have access to this fitness space, which is by far one of the best in the city. We have cardio that overlooks that gymnasium. So if there's a game going on, you wanna watch the game and also get a workout in, hop on an elliptical and watch the game. We have a circuit training space behind me. You can see some circuit training stuff there. And then we have some cardio equipment, cardio machinery here, overlooking the courtyard and the front pond entrance. Lots of treadmills here. These are banded too, so they're very, very comfortable. They don't have a tread on them. They have thick rubber bands, and those make them very comfortable. And then our fitness studio, which is closed at the moment, but it's set up almost the same that you would see in the regular school year. Nice private fitness studio here. This is open to students whenever they please. We do run fitness classes out of here with instructors that you can sign up to learn from. There's also a computer built into the wall, which hopefully you can see there. Yep, good stuff. And then a massive TV and a massive sound system right behind me. So if there's ever a lesson you want to take part in, yoga, spin class, TRX bands, whatever it might be, and there's no classes that you can sign up for, pop over to that computer, hire a virtual trainer, and then they pop up on the TV just like you hired somebody for the next hour, except they're on the TV and it's a virtual trainer. Then you put the equipment back when you're done, pull it out when you need it, keep the space clean and ready for the next student that might want to use it. You can also connect to the TV via AirPlay if you want to just crank some music in there and have like a private space to work out, or use a spin bike. Do your thing. Good stuff. Okay. This is the fitness center. Normally you access this through the ground floor. You wouldn't enter or exit through the door that we're using today. We just use this for tours. But when you do enter, you need your student card, and then you swipe that over the gates, and it allows you access into the space. Okay, so we're going on a hike. This is a long walk at this point. So if you guys have any questions, if you have any comments, if you want to let me know anything in particular, maybe what programs you're into, this is a great time to do it because we're going on a little bit of a hike here. Okay, the irony that I lost connection the moment I was telling you I was lose connection is pretty epic. So this is a long hallway. I'm moving through different parts of the school, some older, some newer. So I'll probably lose connection a few times, but I will come back just like we are now. Okay, I do want to stop off here real quick. Oh. Okay. I got a new key card. Doesn't look like it's working for this space here. But this is our secondary fitness studio. This has workout equipment just like the other one does. However, we use this for program-specific training. So many of our programs have a physical component to them, like police foundations, pre-service firefighter, fire science technology, protection, security, investigation, border services, Sports and Recreation Administration will most likely use this space too. They have their own place to work out in. That way you're not fighting for equipment with students just trying to get a workout in during their recreation hours, their own time. You have your own space to be with your classmates to do class-specific workouts inside here. And then overlooking, or this secondary fitness studio also overlooks our second gym, our older gym. It's the original one, but it's now the second one that we have. And we use that once again for recreation hours, for warm up. If we have an away team visiting us for a basketball team or for a basketball game, for example, they have their own space where they can warm up, and when we can warm up in the bigger gymnasium, or we use it for recreation, and we also use it for program-specific training. So once again, we have our own gym space where students can use that. Regan, will the library be available to use at any time? I think so, Regan. I have to get back to you on that. My understanding is that we're opening up student services as much as possible. However, I don't know specific details around services like library or like the library. I believe it's a positive outlook right now, but I'll have to get back to you on the guarantee for that, I guess you could say, because I would hate to say, you know, yeah, it'll be regular hours, come to find out it's reduced hours or something like that, or reduced capacity. But I do know all of our library services are open to students, whether it be virtually or in person, hopefully in person, no matter what. So rest assured that if you need to rent a device, if you need to, you know, get help with the resources that we have, like research databases, that kind of stuff, we will absolutely be able to help you with that. And I know that they just hooked up a bunch of computers, so hopefully that, you know, that's a good sign. Okay, internet. This, for some reason, trying to find a good spot. It's like those old AT&T commercials. Can you hear me now? That's kind of what I'm doing right now. Okay, I probably just dated myself pretty hard there. Enactus, that's where we're at. This is the trophy case. The studio or the office is right down the hall, first door on the left there. I'm pointing at it now. So this is the Enactus office space. Enactus is an amazing group of students who come from all sorts of different programs, who are current students at Lambton, that get together to make the world a better place. Enactus is a group or a cause, I guess you could say, or maybe an extracurricular group that stretches across hundreds of universities and colleges across the world. So this isn't specific to Lambton. Enactus is a massive, massive thing across the world, something you may never have heard of before. However, I can guarantee it's much bigger than you know. And what they do is they get post-secondary students to get together to come up with ideas to create sustainable change in people's lives and make the world a better place in some way or another. I'm very proud to say that we are world champions in Enactus. And to put that in perspective, we had to beat out some of the biggest schools you can think of. Laurier University in Ontario. I believe Yale has an Enactus team. Some of the biggest schools you can think of compete in Enactus. And what students do is they make change. They do these projects. They try and change the world to be a better place in sustainable manners. Then they get on stage and they tell their story. And they tell the judging panel and the audience about what they've done. And then those judges determine, you know, who had the best project, I guess, is a really simple way to think about that. So world champions in 2018, runner-up world champions in 2019. We lost out to a university in Egypt, but we beat every single school in North America to get there. So very, very proud about that. Little old Lambton beat out some of the biggest schools you can think of when it comes to Enactus. And I can tell you that those teams at those bigger schools have much bigger student bodies to pull from, have much more resources than us. So it goes to show you the passion that we have here at Lambton when it comes to Enactus. The reason why I like talking about this is A, something we're really proud about, but B, you as a student can take part in this. It's a great way to get involved, to meet people, to add something to your resume, to just get involved while you're on campus. And that's the best advice I can give anybody, is get involved in stuff. Why not Enactus? You know, that's something that can really help you out, making connections and learning and creating the world to be a better place, or making the world to be a better place. Kayla, when we choose our electives, do we choose all of them at once or one or two per term? You choose the electives for that term specifically. So if you have one elective for this fall term, you choose one. If you have two, you choose two. And then if you have another elective in the winter term, you will choose your electives in November, December, right around there, about the same time frame before the winter term, and so on and so forth. Okay, I may lose connection. We're gonna try and get to a stable place here real quick. I'm staying connected. This is good. This did not happen last time. All right, because I want to show off these chemistry labs. This is the, I believe, chemistry lab, and then we have our organic chemistry lab behind me here. We have a large focus on chemistry programs. Being Lambton located in Sarnia, we are in a petrochemical hub of Canada. 47% of Canada's petrochemical industry is here in our backyard. So we have a big focus on technology and trades and programs that fit our local demand for employment, which is in the chemistry sector. So these lab spaces are amazing. They're state of the art. We can do all sorts of different things there, and it's used in programs like chemical production, power engineering technology, chemical lab technologist. There's multiple programs that'll pull there. I believe even nursing pre-health students use that space as well. So those chemistry labs are brand new, state of the art, look just like something that shows on even. All right. Okay, so we're heading down to our cafeteria, going to the upper cafeteria now. And this is mostly seating, but we'll talk about some of those things that we have here. Good stuff. Okay, so right behind me are a couple different spots on campus. We have our Tim Hortons here. We have a secondary, it's like a sandwich shop, little bistro beside that. Your meal card does work at both of these spaces, fully functioning Tim's. And we'll see a secondary Tim's downstairs. And then mostly seating here. We got some action happening in the cafeteria today, so it's a little noisy. But we are going to get through to the Student Administrative Council. Okay. Can I go this way? I cannot. Okay, we're gonna try and sneak in through the back door. Good stuff. All right. So we are heading into the SAC. Cool. So we're in the Student Administrative Council. This is for you. This is your space. This is where your student representatives are. And if you want to run for student council, you can let them know here. Inside that office space, you're right up there. The main door, you can't miss it when you're in the upper cafeteria. You're going to see the big SAC sign. Head through there, head into that office, let them know that you want to get involved, and they'll let you know what that process is going to look like for you. You can also purchase lockers from there. Lockers are distributed through our SAC center. So if you want to purchase a locker, it's $40 for the year, I believe. Great place to hang your coat. I don't need to tell you why you need a locker. I loved having a locker. I didn't get one until like my third term here. I wish I did it before because it's a pain in the butt carrying your coat around. Tables, chairs, hangout space. This is your student center, so use it for what you would like. We have some TVs behind me. Those have PlayStations hooked up to them. So if you want to rip some games in between classes, that's one of the spaces. And then the other space you can do that is in our gaming arena, which is right behind me here. And this is where our Lambton Lions esports teams will play. We have multiple esports teams. So if you play any competitive video games, any at all, and you want to try out, you want to get involved, let us know. We can get you connected with Sir Tony Frangus, who is sitting right behind me there. He's waving. Tony's our esports coordinator. He looks after the arena space. He manages our esports varsity teams, and it is full varsity competition. So we're competing against universities and colleges across North America. So if you play any competitive games, we've attracted some big talent to Lambton before to come play for us, and Tony's the guy that can hook you up with that. 22 super high-end computers in this arena. We do have a secondary arena downstairs that we use for varsity only playing. However, if you just want to rip games between classes, you can do that too. This space is for you. So just let us know. Pop your head in here, say hello to the front desk staff, and we can hook you up with a computer that will play virtually any game you want. Max settings. I think there's 1 gigabit internet running to each and every one of them too, so no lag issues whatsoever. Okay, heading downstairs from the SAC, we are in our school pub, the Lion's Den. This is where we hang out, where we listen to music. We have events on the last Thursday of every month. They have amazing food. Right behind me is the bar area. They do serve alcohol here, so if you're of drinking age, you can grab a drink after classes are done. If you're not of drinking age and you just want to come chill out, do that too. They're not going to, refuse the entry because you're not of drinking age. They're just not going to serve you alcohol, but it's a great space to hang out. Your meal card does not work here. I do want to note that. So if you're staying in residence, something to note. Obvious reasons, I'm sure you can put together why we don't want students being able to use their meal card at the bar. However, food is amazing prices. Drinks are great prices. So feel free to come hang out here anytime. Listen to music, play some games, play some pool, play some arcade games. Visit one of the pub nights on the last Thursday of every month. They're a ton of fun, and it's a great way to get involved and just meet people and hang out and do some fun stuff. Okay, we're probably gonna have to backtrack and go upstairs because I think this door is locked. I wish I had keys. That would be, oh, we might be in luck. Nope, we're not in luck. We're in luck because that door's locked. Nice. That's the first time I've made that pun, and it's a bad one. Okay, this is another good time. We're backtracking a little bit. Good time to ask some questions. Megan, How do you get a student card meal card? So meal cards are different than student cards in the sense that they're set up differently. So you talk to two different people for those. But student cards are distributed through our registrar's office. The best thing I can recommend is to contact our customer service specialist. I believe Tammy is the current customer service specialist. You can reach her at registrar@lambtoncollege.ca, just for registrar@lambtoncollege.ca, and she'll get you hooked up with the student card process. And then for meal plans, I believe you want to start that conversation with our residence center, and they can be reached at info@lambtonresidence.ca. Maybe Justine, if you don't mind tossing those email addresses in chat, that would be cool. I'm pretty sure you get the meal. I'd have to, wait for the internet to come back. I'd have to get back to you on where you set up the meal plan if you're not staying in residence. If you are staying in residence, it's automatic. So, so don't worry about it. Like if you have a residence room, your meal card is taken care of. If you aren't staying and you want to purchase a meal plan, you can do that. And I'm pretty sure you organize that through residence as well. However, I'll have to confirm that for you. All right, so we are moving downstairs to our lower calf. Lots of seating. You can see some social distancing happening there between the seats, but there's still tons of seats available. The courtyard is behind me. And I just want to give you guys some perspective as to where we are. So we're in the basement level. You can see there's the hills go up. That would bring you to ground level if you were to walk up that hill. Right behind me is the Lion's Den, so that's how you would enter that school pub. And then the Marketplace Cafe, you will see right to my right. Is right here. This is where you're going to gather. This is where you're going to get most meals while on campus. If you're staying in residence, 95% of your meals are going to come from this space here. It's an amazing food service hub. They have delicious food for great prices. Tons of stuff in there too. It's a little room. Like, I mean, looking at it from the outside, you're like, how much could be in there? You know, it's not the biggest place I've ever seen. However, we have more food than many colleges in Ontario. I've learned that by visiting other colleges in Ontario. There's a sandwich shop. It's called the Bistro, I believe. Burger Bistro, something like that. Anyways, burger sandwich shop right behind me. There's a salad bar, a soup bar spot. There's daily specials on the left-hand side. Bento Sushi comes in once a week and makes sushi for everybody. There's ready-made sandwiches, ready-made salads over there as well. There's a pizza. There's a self-serve Tim Hortons. There's tons of snacks, lots of food in there, lots of meals. And that's where your meals are going to come from. You know, anytime you want to be on campus and grab a meal. JC, does every student have to pick an elective? No. So, JC, if I remember, you were interested in, okay. I want to hold up to answer your question. I think I'm good. Okay. JC, if I remember, you're looking at pre-service firefighter. There is no elective in the first term of pre-service, if I remember. I just had that question yesterday with a student, I believe. So no elective for your first term. I think you have one in your second term though, so you will have to choose come November, December. But for this upcoming term, there is no elective that you have to worry about. Maybe Justine or Adam, if you guys want to confirm that. I believe I looked that up, but I don't think there's an elective in the first term of PFET. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so we are at our school campus shop. This is one of the most popular stops this time of year because this is where all your textbooks come from. This is where all your Lambton swag comes from. Sweaters, t-shirts, hats, hoodies, all that good stuff. You want to grab a shirt similar to mine? This is the spot where you're going to do that. This is also where you get all of your textbooks. Their website is amazing to shop for both textbooks, Lambton swag, all that kind of good stuff. I believe it's campus-shop.lambtoncollege.ca. However, I just Google it, Google Lambton College Campus Shop. It'll bring you right to their website. You can do pickup options. You can do shipping options. They got lots and lots of options there for you to grab your stuff. But I want to put an asterisk beside this stop because this is going to be moving upstairs at some point in the near future. I don't know the exact date when that will happen, but they are getting a new home, brand new space, and we're really excited to see that. I'm sure if you guys are watching this, if you haven't applied, there's still lots of time. I will cover your application. We can get that application in. We can get an offer to you for this September. Or if you have applied and you're starting your program, and you're looking at textbooks right now, that's the spot where they're coming from. Their website's amazing to build your textbook list, and you can always email them campus_shop@lambtoncollege.ca, and they can get you hooked up with what you need there too. Right. So, Regan, if you already graduated from your first year and finished all your electives and are now starting a new program, do you have to do electives still? You may be eligible to get a transfer credit. Couple rules of thumb for transfer credits is there's a 7-year rule. So if you completed your first program 7 years or more ago, you may not be able to be eligible for a transfer credit. Don't quote me on that, but I know that there is a 7-year rule. Apart from that, if you did your program at Lambton, electives are one of the easiest types of courses to get transfer credits for. So talk to your enrollment services professional. Regan, if I remember, you were looking at recreation therapy. Pretty sure you asked about that lab space. So the ESP for that program is Cindy Harness, if I'm not mistaken. I'd like to confirm that, but I'm 99% sure Cindy Harness is the ESP for recreation therapy. Shoot her an email. If you've talked to Cindy already, great, find her email address. She'll be able to get you hooked up with that. But yes, to answer your question directly, you most likely will be eligible for a transfer credit. However, you want to talk to your enrollment services professional first to confirm that. So you're on the right track. All right, so for the gentleman who was asking about millwright, we are in our trades wing now, and we are heading down towards our grind shop, weld shop, maintenance shop, millwright space right now, which I don't know if I can get in there. Some of the doors are closed. Oh, but they do have new windows. That's exciting. Cool. And we also have the machine shop open. Let's see what's going on. Awesome. Hello. Okay. Well, we're just going to stand here. I want to point out this is the machine shop. So we have lathes, CNC machines behind me. There's even a forging space in the back of this shop. We aren't going to walk all the way through. Technically, you need PPE. I don't want to walk through this space and put anybody at danger, so I'm just going to hang out here for now. But this is the machine shop side. Over around this corner is the grind shop, where we have cutting tools and grinding tools. So for millwright, this is one of the spaces where you're going to spend some time in the machining side of things, specifically on these state-of-the-art labs or state-of-the-art lathe machines, on the CNC machines that we have. We have both 6-axis CNC and Bridgeport. So you're going to learn all sorts of different aspects of machining in their millwright program. Coolest thing with that is you're actually going to make your own tool set. So like a slide hammer, for example, you're going to start with raw stock. You're going to turn that raw stock into a slide hammer, and then you get to keep that and put it in your toolkit for the rest of your life. So that's pretty neat. Kayla, how does parking passes work? Is there daily parking passes? Yeah, absolutely. So parking, very proud to say, when compared to any other college in Ontario, we have by far some of the least expensive parking you're going to find. I encourage you to look up parking prices at Mohawk, for example, and compare that to Lambton, and you will be surprised at the cost of Lambton compared to most other schools out there. So yes, you can check that out. Go to lambtoncollege.ca, search parking services in the search bar. That's how I get to it. I'm sure there's other ways, but I just search for it. lambtoncollege.ca, search bar, parking services, and then you'll find the parking information there. You can purchase parking right now. You can get it for the entire year. That's the least expensive price, both the fall term and the winter term. You can change out your car. You know, if you sell your car, if you share one with your parents or something, or a partner, and you need to change out the car that you have on file, you can do that too. It's an electronic pass, so we have essentially a Kubota that drives around and scans everybody's license plates, and if it finds one that's not supposed to be there, they get a ticket. So hopefully that won't be you, and it won't be you if you get a parking pass. Good stuff. Okay, so millwright, once again, there's a lot of construction here. I'm not going to go in there. There's guys with hard hats and steel-toed boots and stuff. I don't want to get yelled at. There is the maintenance shop. Oh, glitching out. Okay, sorry, cutting it. Right back there where I opened the door real quick, that was the maintenance shop. So we have lots of equipment there. That's where we keep our steam turbines, where we keep our robotics, robot armatures that we use in the millwright program for maintenance installation. Holy moly, the internet's bad here. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to hold up so the internet can catch up here. Okay. So as I was saying, I popped the door open there. We didn't spend a lot of time in that space, but that is the millwright maintenance lab. So that's where we keep a lot of the equipment that we work on inside of the millwright program, where we keep our laser lining machines, where we keep our hoisting rigging side of things, where we keep our steam turbines and pumps. And I think there's even a jet turbine in there. There's a whole bunch of robotic armatures that we use for installation maintenance of robots. That's a huge part of our millwright program. So everything related to maintenance, that's going to take place in that lab space. It's under construction at the moment, so we can't go check it out, but it's a huge space full of tons of equipment, hundreds of thousands of dollars of stuff, if not millions, because some of those pumps, for example, when you're looking at a pump that goes up to my hip, that might be a $250,000, $300,000 pump. And we have multiple ones of those that we can use in our program, so students learn the most state-of-the-art technology when it comes to millwright work and maintenance of those types of things. Cool, okay. We're on a hike again. Any questions? Now's a good time. Because we are going all the way down to the other side of the school. It's a long walk. You may have noticed as I walk about here, there's lockers all around me. Remember I mentioned you can purchase lockers, $40 for the year. You can get them in the basement, you can get them on the floor, second floor, wherever you have classes. Like if you're in business, you're probably, well, at some point in the future, maybe in your second year, second semester, you'll have classes on the second floor, for example, and maybe most of them are up there. So get your locker on the second floor. If you're in a tech or a trades program, you may be in our technology wings, which are largely on the ground or in the basement level. So get your locker down here, $40 for the year. All right, Megan, I received this email saying that your schedule is there with a classroom number. Those classes are on campus, whereas the others are online. Are most classes online? Totally depends on your program, Megan. There's no, like every program's different is what I'm trying to say. So look at your schedule. That statement is true. If you see a room number and okay, so that room number will look like, well, maybe we'll start at the top. So your course code might be COM 1013-16. Underneath that, if that was in person, you would see SB-A2-202. Then underneath that, you would see your professor's name. That means that that course is in person, and that's noted by the SB South building, where we are now, A2, which is building A, and if you look behind me, there's an A, that's building A. 2 would mean second floor, and then 202 is the room number. So that's how you decipher that, and then the first part, that COM 1013-16, that is the course code. So that would be a communications course, course code 1013, section 16. The section 16 doesn't matter so much. The important part is the COM 1013. That means that that's the course code, COM 1013. So yeah, Megan, if you're looking at your schedule and you see something that looks like SB-A2-202 or NB-C222 or something like that, that means that that's in person in one of our campuses here in Sarnia. So hopefully that answers your question. As to your question about how many are online, every course is different or every program is different. I don't know the exact split across all courses. I know some programs are completely in person, some are completely online, some are a mix. So it really depends on Okay, welcome back. Sorry about that. Hopefully you guys are still here, especially the person that was asking about tech and trades, because that's where we are now. We're in our Center of Excellence in Energy and Bioindustrial Technologies. This is our brand new state-of-the-art tech wing, home to many lab spaces that we use in some of our technology programs, to which we have many that have very, very long names in some cases, like the one to my left-hand side here, which is our PLC robotics lab. And this is used in our instrumentation control engineering industrial automation program, a 3-year advanced diploma in the field of instrumentation. A huge focus on that. And the key word is in that very last term there, that industrial automation. This is where we learn to program and run different types of robots. In fact, these are FANUC robots, F-A-N-U-C. They're FANUC is one of the largest robotics manufacturers for industry robots when it comes to manufacturing, distribution, warehousing, all that kind of stuff. Fun fact as well, those robots, yellow ones there, are very similar, if not the exact same, as the ones that put together KitchenAid mixers, as an example. So those are put together on an assembly line by robots, very similar to what we have in our PLC robotics lab here. So in the instrumentation program, you're going to learn to run and maintain those, to program them. And then in our welcome back again. Okay, so I'm not going to go over to that spot anymore because that is just a bad voodoo spot when it comes to our stream here, because it just completely knocks it out. We don't want that. Okay, but I was talking about the robotics lab, which is one of my favorite spaces on campus, because it's really cool to see those robots in action. Students inside of the instrumentation program have to make them do something pretty funky throughout their studies. So you might come down here and see a robot dealing a deck of cards or making a mixed drink or playing a guitar. That's pretty neat to see. Lots of windows. So if you're ever bored, want to come take a tour, head on over to the Center of Excellence in Energy and Bioindustrial Technologies, and you might see just that. Students in our Millwright program also learn inside that lab space when it comes to the maintenance, repair, installation. We actually receive, or allow our students to receive, a special certification from FANUC, F-A-N-U-C, saying that they are certified in FANUC robots through one of our instructors, who is a certified teacher in FANUC robotics. So in the Millwright program, that you get to add to your resume, which is pretty cool. Okay, and then once again, right behind me, similar to that instrumentation program, we have our electronics lab space. This is where students learn to create circuitry, and they learn the fine arts of circuitry and electronics. Right over here, we're not going to head in there because once again, you need PPE. However, maybe I can get rid of some of the glare. Not so much. Okay. It's kind of washed out, but in that back corner is one of our distillation tower. We use that in our CPET program. And if you've ever driven around Sarnia Lambton, you've probably seen that we have lots of chemical refineries here. And you would have noticed that there's some really tall towers. There's smokestack-like ones. And then there's also these tall towers that have domes at the top that nothing really comes out of. Those are distillation towers. And that's where we actually make or refine different types of products. So ours, in particular, is made out of acrylic, and you can see at different levels these different types of materials coming out. So at the very top, maybe we have, as a brutal example, because I'm not a process operator by any means, we might have methane, and then in the middle we might have butane, and then at the bottom we might have a mixture of the two and a different level of purity at the very bottom. And you can see on our distillation tower that's made out of acrylic, as these different materials move through the sieves, these different products being created and pulled out. Really cool to see in action. And that's one of the neatest parts about the CPET program, is getting to use spaces like that, as well as our boiler room, which we're going to go see in a little bit. we saw earlier. Okay, so we're going to take a quick hike here. We're going to head upstairs. This is a great time to mention walking past many of our research. Okay, so this is a good time to mention, maybe I'll mention it while we got some good internet right here. As I'm walking past many of our research labs, we are Canada's #2 research college for applied research. I'm tripping over all my words. We were #2 in Canada for applied research when it comes to colleges. That's what I'm trying to say. And we're #1 in Ontario. That's a huge feat. That's something we're extremely proud of, because I can tell you all 26 of Ontario public colleges have research at the top of their priority list. When I listen to other schools talk, there's some that brag and are proud about being #7, being proud about being #5. We are #1 in Ontario, #2 in Canada. Extremely proud about that. And it's because of these amazing lab spaces that we have behind us that we use for research. And our students who are in our research positions, they are students. We hired over 300 of them last year to partake in research projects, are creating different products that don't exist in the world yet, are researching different types of processes, are making the world a better place in some regards by making more eco-friendly processes or products that don't exist. It's really, really cool to see in action. Come take a tour when you're on campus, check out the research labs, because you might see some pretty neat stuff happening all around you. Or if you want to partake in research, do that too. We hire students to research after their program, for example, and that's a great opportunity to make some money. It's a great opportunity to add something really unique to your resume. Okay. So we're ground level at the entrance. I really hope that's the last time that we lose connection. Okay, no fun for everybody. If you're still watching this, kudos to you, because sticking around for this amount of technical difficulties is not too much fun. So big congrats to you for hanging out with us. Definitely fill out that form while you're in chat here, because you might get a free $50 Amazon gift card. And maybe if we want to post that form again, can't hurt to do. Okay, so I was saying we're at the entrance for Center of Excellence in Energy and Bioindustrial Technologies, getting all my programs up with my buildings here. And it's probably pretty loud for you because we have our boiler units operating, it sounds like, or at least getting ready to. And that's right behind me in this lab space. Don't think anybody's in there, but I'll show you. That boiler unit was recently certified by the TSSA to allow us to grant students steam time reduction when it comes to chasing their 4th class, 3rd class, 2nd class power engineer certificate. These are huge leaps for students and a huge opportunity for students to get these amazing certifications that can lead to a very, very high paying job right here on campus. In our power engineering technology program, students are able to obtain up to their 2nd class power engineer certificate, the highest level of power engineering available to students before 1st class, which can only be obtained under working hours and massive amounts of examinations and studying. And then in our chemical production power engineering technology program, students obtain up to their 4th class power engineer certificate. So amazing opportunities right here on campus. Something we're very, very proud to have are these working boiler units that produce power for this wing of the school. Pretty neat. Right beside me is our environmental water wastewater systems operations program. That is where students learn to become water operators. We get clean water from our taps. We need people to make that clean water, and we have a program that'll take you right into that profession. Megan, for my PhDP course, I have one biweekly class that is on campus, whereas the others are online. From your personal preference, should I still buy a parking pass? You'd have to do some math. If you are on campus once every 2 weeks, you will spend maximum $5 per day parking. So, you know, how many weeks are there in the regular school year? You would multiply that, divide it by 2, and then multiply that by 5 to figure out how much you're going to spend on parking by. Oh my gosh. I think we're good. Okay. My gosh, this wing of the school does not have good internet apparently. So 15 weeks in a program. That's a standard program length, 15 weeks. So you would divide that by 2, so you're like 7, or sorry, in a semester. Thank you, Justine, correct me on that. 15 weeks in a semester. So you would have 30 weeks in your entire year's program. That's 8 academic months, or 1 academic year. So 15 times 2, 30. 30 divided by 2 is 15. 15 times 5 is 50, 75. Am I right? Yeah, 75. Okay. I went to school for accounting. That took me like way too long. So $75. So that, Megan, is a lot less than 270 for the entire year. However, you know, if student services are open, like library services, and you want to study on campus, and you end up finding yourself coming to campus every day, then maybe it's worth it to you at that point. You're going to have to make that call, maybe start the semester without a parking pass, and then figure out quickly if you're going to need it. However, if you are only attending for that one biweekly course every 2 weeks, you're probably going to find out it's quicker to just buy day passes. So, math lessons with Brady. Okay, so we're in our Center of Excellence in Energy and Bioindustrial Technologies. We walk past a whole bunch of different lab spaces that are utilized in our technology programs. The one to my immediate left, this is the Advanced Materials Testing Lab. This is used in our research department for students to take part in research projects. We brought in over $14 million in funding for our research department. We use that to pay our students to buy lab space to research products and services that don't exist in the world to make the world a better place. And then right to my right, this looks like a computer lab. However, these computers have the same operating systems that run massive refineries that are local to us, like Imperial Oil, Shell Canada, Nova Chemicals. They have computer systems that run many of the operations within those plant sites, and these computers have very similar operating tools as to what you're going to find on those sites. So we can run all sorts of different scenarios, whether it is teaching our process operators to properly operate a different plant space, or running a scenario where maybe a massive hole is blown in the side of a boiler unit, and you as a process operator have to act quickly to make sure that we are able to get in there safely to start working on that unit. So our millwright students, or millwrights as an example, can get in there, start doing their thing to start repairing whatever needs to be repaired. So it's pretty neat lab space that we can convert into, you know, all these different types of scenarios, or we can just run day-to-day operations. Okay, so first floor, there's that courtyard I was talking about. You'll see as we progress through, that hill goes down towards the courtyard space there. So we were in the basement before with the food services, and we're the student administrative account. Okay, I think I'm coming. Okay. Okay, that was a close one. We almost dropped you again, but we just narrowly made it by. How you doing? Good. Very awkward, Jesse. She just walked by and smiled. That was pretty funny. Okay, so we are in the main hallway here. This is the 100 hall. So if any classrooms that start with a 100, that comes off of this hallway in some way or another. I'm right outside the Accessibility Center. This spot is all about student success. That's what they're here for. If you have any accommodations the school can make for you to help you learn, to help you navigate our campus. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're back again. Okay. Oh my gosh. It's like when I stand in very specific places. Okay, maybe if I move back here a little bit. Okay, it's like if I stand like 3 feet to my right or to my left, doesn't work. Stand 3 feet over here. We're good. Okay, Accessibility Center, student success. If you have any learning accommodations the school should know about to help you be the best student that you can be, that's a great place to start. You can access their services and meet with a learning specialist at any point during your journey, whether you are a current student or thinking about becoming a student, or you've applied and you're not sure what to do next. Talk to Accessibility, and they'll be able to let you make an appointment with a learning specialist to set up those types of accommodations, whether they're physical, learning, whatever they might be. Common question I get is, I had an IEP in high school. You know, how do I go about talking to somebody about what that might look like at college? This is where you're going to do that, in the Accessibility Center office there, and they'll be able to use that IEP as a guideline, for example, to help you with your learning. Here's the entrance to the cafeteria. So that's the upper cafeteria. Things are kind of coming all together here. And we are walking down our 100 hall towards the main entrance of the school that's currently under construction. So we can't go too far down this hall, but it's going to be a pretty exciting space once we're up and running. Right to my right here is the registrar's office, by far one of the most important stops on the school. That is the administrative hub for everything related to your program, related to financial aid. That's where your enrollment services professionals are as well. So these are the people that are there to support you through your studies when it comes to admissions, timetables, course registration, payments, tuition, fees, OSAP, scholarships, bursaries, on-campus employment, anything related to the registrar's office or financial aid office is handled through your ESP. They're specific to your program. So if you're in like a technology or a trade program, you're going to be talking to Phil Babby. As an example, if you're in a health program, you'll probably be chatting with Hannah Mislin as an example. These people are with you from the start of your program all the way to the end. And we have found that it's easier for you to ask for help when you know who you're talking to. You know, maybe you have to talk to somebody about an emergency fund. It's easier to ask about those types of things and ask those questions when you know you're going to be talking to that person that said, hey, congratulations, you've been accepted to the blank program. That same person is going to help you with those types of things when it comes to OSAP and scholarships and bursaries and course registration. If you have a conflict on your timetable, that's the ESP. If you have a problem with your OSAP application or you just need help, that's the ESP. And their home is inside the registrar's office / financial aid office. If you don't know who your ESP is, it's a great time to learn that right now, and you can learn their information from mylambton.ca. Visit mylambton.ca, hover your mouse over registration and finances, and then select the ESP contacts, and you'll see your person there. Right down the hall is the IT service desk. When you're a student at Lambton or any other college, you're going to have tons of different stuff that you need to access, whether it's WebAdvisor, MyLambton, student emails, all that kind of stuff. IT is going to be able to help you through that entire process, and this is where their office space is located. If you have any hardware related issues about it, they might be able to help you out with your personal device, laptop, cell phone. It's a great place to start to see if maybe it's something they can help you with. But when it comes to student resources, once again, MyLambton D2L, that's what they do best. They'll be able to get you up and running in no time. Okay, we're coming up on the library. We're gonna walk by it quickly here and then see a better view on the backside. This is the library, study school. Front desk is right to my left there. This is the entrance right behind me. The front entrance is currently under construction, so we aren't able to hop in there quite yet. Tons of computers. That front desk can help you navigate the research databases that we have. They also loan equipment. So if you need a laptop, an iPad, some kind of AV equipment, they can hook you up with that. There's no charge. They also rent textbooks. So if you want to rent a textbook and services are back open on campus in person, you know, maybe you want to save $150 that semester by not buying a textbook for a course and borrowing a friend's, but you need it for an assignment, talk to the library. They might be able to rent it out to you. Hitch with that is you can't take that textbook out of the library. It's for resource only, and you have to, they usually only have one copy, and make sure that they have it first before planning to do that. But that's one option. And we'll see on the back side here a little bit better view of the library. But before we get there, we're stopping off at our County Wellness Center, which is right inside that door. Right, hop, skip, and jump away from the main entrance of the school here. This is home to our academic counselors, our personal counselors. They are fully certified counseling staff here to assist you with whatever it is you need, whether it's related to your academics, your personal life, physical health, mental health. This is the spot to go. It's also home to our wellness center. We have a nurse on duty 5 days a week, a doctor here once a week. Nurse is, like I said, 5 days a week. I don't know why I said that twice. We have I believe a psychotherapist and a physiotherapist come in for appointment basis, usually once a month. Lots of resources on their outside wall here. You know, this is a spot where if you just don't know what you want to do with your life, you're unsure where to go next, you need some guidance, they can help you with that. If you have a personal issue that you want to talk to a professional about, they can help you with that too. If you need assistance with your drug plan, your student drug/health plan, they can help you with that process. So health, wellness, counseling, all one stop there. Team of extremely friendly people, extremely helpful. And you'll be impressed with the amount of help that they can give you. Okay. I mentioned that we were going to peek at this real quick. Okay. I think we should be good now. Lots of glare, but maybe we can cut down that glare. You might be able to see better there. This is the backside of the library, tons of computers. This is the study hub for the school. When I was a student at Lambton, I studied here for 3 years. I didn't bring a computer to school once. I preferred to take notes on paper. That's the way I learned best. And then I used all of the campus computers that we have throughout the campus here, like those in the library. There's also these cubicle type study out. They go pretty quick, so you want to talk to the front desk staff as soon as you can. Usually right when they open, they start going pretty quick after that. But if you want to rent out a study space for group work, for a private place to study, whatever it is you need it for, you can rent these cubicles for your own use there. They have resource books. It's also home to our tutoring center, which is kind of like straight ahead of me here. Can't really see it because of the window and the glare. But our tutoring services are located at a desk right dead ahead of me there inside the library. And we offer free tutoring for students, usually up to 10 hours per semester. Sometimes you can go over, sometimes you use more, sometimes you use less. Free. And if you want to become a tutor, that's a paid position a lot of times. And that's a way that you can make some money and add something to your resume as a student, is by getting hooked up with tutoring and helping other students learn. It's a great opportunity, once again, to build your resume up and meet people and put your knowledge to use as a tutor. Like I said, it's free. So that's pretty well it. That is the campus in a nutshell. We saw a ton of stuff. Hopefully it comes back. There we go. Okay. So I'm in the entrance to our athletics and fitness complex. If you have any questions, now's a great time, but we're going to start wrapping stuff up here. Once again, my name is Brady. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. You can contact me anytime you need. info@lambtoncollege.ca goes right to myself. You can email me, you can text us, you can call us. You've probably seen the contact stuff going through the bottom screen quite often there. I can hear someone knocking. I don't know why though. So you can contact us anytime. info@lambtoncollege.ca, text us, call us. Info goes right to myself as well as the other enrollment advisors that we have here. And we are here to make sure that you have the information you need to make the best decision that you can. And hopefully that's to attend Lambton. But we can talk you through that entire process and let you know reasons why, like I chose to attend here. Anyways, if you haven't applied yet, there's still lots of time to do that too. It does cost $95 to apply, but if you let us know that you're interested in applying, we will cover that fee for you. There's still time to apply. There's still time to get an offer. Lots of time left here. So let us know if you want to get hooked up with that. info@lambtoncollege.ca. Open a live chat. Give us a text. Give us a call, and we can get you going on that free application. All right. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to sign off here. We will talk to you soon. And if you're a current student and you're still watching, we will see you at orientation. All right. Bye, everybody.
You are my warm place. You are my mad strike. Set me ablaze. I wish we could stay.